Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 2, BA2422B. Today we are going to present about derivative market and offshore market. Introduction. Offshore is usually located at outside of one's national boundaries, island water base. Main reasons people move into offshore is to avoid tax. Besides that, there are illegal activities that always have in offshore financial institutions like money laundering. One of characteristic of offshore market is to impose law, tax on profit and interest earned or derived from the offshore business activities. Other than that, offshore also limit the information to public on shareholders or ownership. Offshore have a few advantages where they will not expose any financial information to the third party unless it is related with work. In addition, company in offshore tax obligation of a business will be lessened. Last but not least, people will transfer their asset to other countries so that they will not have to pay much on tax. Main trading for offshore company is buying and selling activity. This also include dealing in banking, insurance, trading, management and licensing. And offshore non-trading is related to the holding of investment in securities, stock, shares, loans, deposit, and immovable properties on its behalf. Next, we move to role of Labuan FSA, Labuan IBFC, tax structure, and Labuan business activities.
Labuan Financial Service Authority (FSA), or previously known as the Labuan Offshore Financial Service Authority (LOFSA), to promote and develop Labuan as international center for business and financial service are the one of objective LFSA. Besides that, LFSA, also known as to develop national objective, policy, and priority for the orderly development and administration of international business and financial service in Labuan. Lastly, LFSA needs to act as the central regulatory, supervisory, and enforcement authority of the international business and financial service industry in Labuan. The objective Labuan FSA to have its own rules and functions to make sure their key objectives are in the right path and well accomplished. First is to make recommendations for the correction and improvement of facility to enhance the attraction of Labuan IBFC as a center for financial service. Next, maintain the good reputation of Labuan IBFC as international business and financial center. Besides that, LFSA also in charge in exercise, discharge, and perform such power, duty, and function in accordance with the law. Furthermore, LFSA need to carry out research and comprehensive study on financial service in Labuan IBFC. Last but not least, make a collaboration with Labuan financial institution and industry associated in advancing the development and the growth of business and financial service in Labuan IBFC.
Labuan IBFC. Labuan IBFC is an international business and financial center. Was established in 1919. Labuan IBFC having special position to attract foreign investors and give opportunity in Asia to increase the economic growth. Labuan IBFC is well positioned to tap into one of the fastest growing regions in the world, presenting the perfect opportunity for business seeking to connect with ASEAN economy and beyond. Labuan IBFC has a business-friendly environment where a simple and attractive tax system followed by legal framework enforced by its regulator LFA. Labuan IBFC has struck the ideal balance client confidential and compliance with international best standard and best practice.
Labuan IBFC business activities. On offshore, there are three main business activities are be done on daily. First is offshore banking operation. Secondly is offshore insurance. Lastly is fund management companies. Offshore banking operation means the business of receiving deposits on the current account, deposit account, saving account, including investment in banking business, Islamic banking business, and such other financial business as specified by Labuan FSA. A Labuan company carrying on Labuan financial business must be registered with the Labuan FSA and must have minimum paid-up capital of 10 million or its equivalent in foreign currency. The bank must at all times ensure that such capital adequacy ratio is met and reflects the risk ratio as specified by London FSA. Products and services offered by the Labuan offshore banks are short-term and long-term financing, project financing, syndication or loan arrangement, standby letters of credit and bank guarantee, foreign exchange trading, trade financing facilities, foreign currency deposit, investment banking or advisory services. Offshore insurance is insurance business that is not domestic in nature. Insurance company who holds a valid license is allowed to carry on Labuan Insurance or Labuan Takaful business. Labuan Islamic Takaful operators must ensure compliance with the Sharia principles and must establish an internal Sharia advisory board to advise the operation of its business. A Labuan insurer must also prohibited from acting as Labuan insurance manager or Labuan underwriting manager for another Labuan insurer unless licensed to undertake such activities. Insurance broker also not permitted to act as broker in respect of domestic risk. Other types of insurance business by Labuan Insurance are direct insurance and captive insurance. Fund management company is using mutual fund where company partnership, protect, sell company, foundation or unit trust which engage activities of pool funds and receive interest based on owner proportionate asset. Mutual funds are classified into private funds and public funds. Private funds are restricted by the number of the investors, which is not more than 50, where the first-time investment of each investor is not less than 250 ringgit Malaysia or its equivalent in foreign currency.
The Labuan Offshore Business Activity Tax Act 1990, as amended in 2004, established to provide for the reduction or complete exemptions of income tax in respect of certain business activities carried on by offshore companies in Labuan. A Labuan entity carrying on a Labuan trading activity is taxed at the rate of 3% of net profit as per the audited accounts or at fixed sum of 20,000 upon annual election. Alternatively, an offshore company which carries on an offshore non-trading activity may, within 3 months from the commencement of any calendar year, elect to be charged to tax of 20,000 for that year assessment. However, a company registered under the Labuan Companies Act 1990 and exempt from Malaysia income tax can make an irrevocable election to be taxed under the Malaysian Income Tax Act. Under this act, corporations are taxed at 25%. However, all foreign source income is exempt from tax. Moreover, there is no capital gains tax except for transactions involving certain landed properties in Malaysia.
As for the conclusion, Labuan is a federal territory of Malaysia, was originally established on 1st October 1990 as an international offshore financial center for the development of activities in the area of banking and insurance, trust and fund management, investment, holding, and other activities carried on by multinational companies. Labuan Financial Service Authority (LFASA) was established as the official agency for the promotion and marketing of Labuan as the premier international business and financial center in Asia Pacific. Objective of Labuan Financial Service Authority is to promote and develop Labuan as an international center for business and financial services. Labuan Financial Service Authority also need to act as the central regulatory, supervisory and enforcement authority of the financial services industry in Labuan. Labuan FSA key role is to regulate lessons within Labuan IBFC and to ensure all such entities remain in compliance international best standards. Labuan FSA also develop policy for company to conduct business and financial services in Labuan IBFC.